Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Henry, and this week we're taking a trip over to Wells-Grey Provincial Park. That's approximately 5-6 hours away from Vancouver, and it's a wonderful park with lots of waterfalls and lots of trails. I'm just going to showcase a few of the trails that we were on and some of the waterfalls. I really hope you enjoyed this video. So we're camped right, I think we're here, one of these ones here. And so that's Clearwater Lake. I want to walk up here later on. So we're heading this way to do the Osprey Lookout. And this is on the way in. Clearwater is down here. And these sites are all on the river. It's pretty cool actually. Maggie is just raring to go. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here from the Clearwater Lake campsite. So we're going to go towards the Chain Meadows Osprey Lookout, 100 meters. So this is, we're actually camped down here, and we're going to this lookout. But man, it'd be cool to backpack into here and do Chain Meadows and then come out here and do this lookout over the entire lake. Because from here, all we can see is just the rapids in here. It's actually hard to fathom just what this lake looks like, and it just goes off the map here. So cool. So from this spot here, this is the Osprey Lookout, and our camp is just right at the edge of that falls down there. Rapids. I don't know if that's a falls. And then going over here, continuing on the Chain Meadows and Osprey Loop, because you can do a loop. So we took the other trail down. This is to Dragon's Tongue, and it's a overnight packing trail. Thought I'd come down and check out the water. Oh, there's a viewpoint. Use extreme caution. Let's go check it out. Look at this water here. Man, wouldn't want to fall into that water. At the south end of Clearwater Lake is two campgrounds. The southern one is Falls Creek, and then they're connected through this little 200-meter walkway bridge over Falls Creek itself. So, and then this campsite is all lined up, unlike the other one. It's basically all on the river. Goes from 41 to 80. So there's 80 camp pads at both campgrounds combined. The other one has 40, and this one has the other 40, 41 through 80. Let's go down and have a look. So there's Falls Creek spilling into whatever this one's called. I can't remember. So our camp pad, you can see that little brown spot. That's the viewing platform, and we're camped right next to that viewing platform. And here's the rest of this river part here. Just giving her. We figure this thing's flowing like over 20 kilometers an hour. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be caught without a life jacket in this thing. So this trail goes along all of the camp pads. So the waterside camp pads, they all kind of walk onto this thing. But obviously you're gonna have people walking past your camp pad all the time. So here's a double site, pretty standard. And you can see here, you get a little couple of feet and you're actually onto the water itself. All fenced off for safety, of course. The campground road runs north-south along the river. So the ones that are on this side don't get access to the water, but really the campgrounds on this side, it's not like you're sitting there with your feet in the water either, right? So this is otherwise pretty standard campgrounds, camp pads. So we're getting the sense that because this is a very narrow campground, there's not a lot of room between you and the running water. There's actually more sunlight, like you can get more direct sun for more parts of the day. There's still trees, but there are certain sites that we've seen so far that have a lot more sun exposure. So if you're looking for more warmth and more solar, maybe this is, and you don't spend a ton of time at your campground, this might be the better choice. This one here is site number 6869, a double pad. But yeah, it's a little bit misleading in the sense, if it looks on the map, it just looks like, oh, every one of these sites is along the water, and it is, but you don't really have, like, it's not like you can just go down and dip your toes in the water, right? First of all, it's all fenced off. Second of all, you're like, I don't know, 40 feet above the water. So yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so this is the campground that we're at. So that was where I just showed you those guys, and so this is where we are. I think I told you yesterday we're camped right around, I think on this site right here. So these sites here are much more shaded, more so than any of the other sites. They don't get a lot of direct sun. These sites right here, they get a mix. There's a couple of sites in here that don't see very much sun, and a few sites that get like full sun, just because the way the trees are. It's actually kind of interesting. There's only one weird spot, that's this one right here, and I'll show you guys in a second. Then that's like the tenting only site. But otherwise, like a large class C, like maybe the not the biggest super Cs, but pretty much every other vehicle can make it in here. So this is the pad that's actually across from ours. This is site number 24, and you drive up and you park on this little ramp, and then you camp, you tent in the pad that's behind the rocks on the other side. That's the only weird one. Our site, we're near the river, but we can't go dip our toes in it, like I said earlier. But you definitely hear it, that's for sure. Helps you, it helps us sleep at night because it's wonderful background noise. So this is the Helmcken Falls South Rim hiking trail, 8-kilometer return. We'll go and have a look to see. This is not the same parking area as the main viewing point, which is very friendly, wheelchair accessible, and this is not. So the South Rim Trail is looks very established. I mean, it's definitely rough in spots, but very established, very walked on. There was one of these caution signs at the beginning of the trail, and then as we're nearing the falls, there's another one. It looks like the waterfall is right there. So this is one of the viewpoints from the South Rim. It's all, I guess, something about a volcano or something like that, or volcanic hole. And yeah, we'll go a little further. So there's the main Helmcken viewing platform. Like I said, wheelchair accessible. And you see that from the north side, and this is the South Rim. Man, look at all that water coming down. I really don't want to step too close to the edge here because it's just a sheer drop. So this is the best view you get with the rainbow and everything. I'll stick my arm over the side. That's as much as I'm willing to risk. Well, it looks like Laura found an even better spot. Look at all that water coming down. Really don't want to stick that close to the edge, so I'll just stick my arm out here. That's it. So according to the map here, there's a lake shore, so we're camped down here. There's a lake shore trail up to the boat launch by 2.5 kilometers, so we're gonna go and have a look. So we got, this is the boat launch, or this is the boat tour area. It's on the other side of the picnic area from the campground, and in here you can register for lake tours, rent stuff, and there's a little launch, looks like just over here. Yeah, so I guess that's where they launch from. Obviously no swimming past those boundary markers. All right, so we're gonna go for this little walk and show you the boat launch. So this is the boat dock. Camping fee is $5 per night per person, and there's 3 different fingers that you can launch from. Tiny little rustic facility here, and then I think there's 3 camp spots along the lake. This water's moving, not really moving in nearly as fast as 3 kilometers away, which is where our campsite is down there. So you can also rent some canoes. That's cool. So let's go look at Ray Farm and Mineral Springs. John and Alice Ray farmed this land with the children 1932 to 1946. Oh, they're buried here. So we're gonna enter here, walk around. There's the farm there, the grave is up there. Let's go have a look. So this is the farm. You can see the remnants of the farm buildings up there. And yeah, so apparently the family gave the land to parks, and so this is all parkland now. Cool. And here's the little graveyard. There's a headstone. Ray. I think it was Deer Creek, perhaps, and then that feeds into, I think it's Alice Lake. And at some point, we're going to turn to the left and find the lake, I think. And this is the, oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Doesn't smell sulfuric or anything. That's so cool. Yeah, so this entire walk, it's pretty gentle. Like maybe, I think it's 2 or 4 kilometers around or something like that. So it's nothing major. Very rustic. It's just like very brushy and lots of cobwebs, so be prepared for that. And here's a pretty little lake. I think this is popular for fishing. There's a little boat launch on the side of the road, and yeah. And as usual, wildlife everywhere. There's just a little guy chowing down some grass. So today we're going to go to Moore's Falls. Well, this looks like a very established trail. Okay, and the last kilometer switches from this big wide trail to kind of a single track, but still very smooth. And here's a peekaboo view of the river that goes down to Moore Falls. So here's a top view from this side. I'll see if I can get a better view, but there's Moore Falls. And you guys can see there's a little trail. You can actually walk down to the bottom of the waterfall, walk underneath it, and out the other side. But I don't really feel like getting that wet, so. So I guess this is called Moo Canyon. That's pretty cool. Can't really see the waterfall from this vantage. So you can see that little trail right there. Here's a better view of the falls. Okay. So you're supposed to be able to walk behind the waterfall. I don't think I'll do that. Holy crap. So the other day we did the south rim of Helmkin Falls, the crown jewel of Wales Great Park. And this is the actual, like literally the tour bus parks just down there. And this is the viewing area. So here we are. So we were standing right there the other day. Oh, that's pretty, eh? Quite the mist. Hit that double rainbow yesterday or the day before. Alright, so we have no idea how to pronounce this falls. Spats Falls is a 5-minute walk down this path. Wheelchair accessible, lots of tour bus parking. Let's go see what this looks like. Yeah, that's a very, very long way down. Look, all that interesting, I guess, is volcanic rock. So we're gonna head to the other side where we can see the falls, and you can see how sheer that is all the way down there. That's pretty cool. All right, and this is a little viewing platform. Probably a little windy for the iPhone, but you get the idea. Bring a wheelchair up here, wheelchair accessible. Look at that. That is so cool. Spats Falls. Look at that little keyhole. So over the, I don't know how many thousands of years, it slowly carved its way. I guess in another 10,000 years, that waterfall will be much lower. Well, after quite a few kilometer drive, actually, I think it's 9.5 from the fork in the road, and then I think it was like maybe around 5 or so before that fork. So decent drive, very steep climb uphill, rough road. There's a minivan in the parking lot, so I know they can make it, but this is the easiest accessible subalpine meadow. We have no idea how long this hike is, but we'll go check it out. So we weren't prepared for this. I don't even have my boots on. And yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it. We have no idea. Maybe this is the meadows. These trees aren't that tall. But we're gonna turn around and head back. So this area here, that is, the snow's already melted. You're starting to see the bloom. So I think we're actually, this is the alpine meadow, just among the trees. But yeah, there's definitely some flowers and such, looking very delicate and probably very green in another month, I would imagine. Yeah, there's definitely some pretty stuff coming up, all in here. This was just lovely. Don't know what that is. Well, I hope you get a chance to visit Wellsgrave Provincial Park and check this out for yourself. It's a wonderful, wonderful place, and I hope to go back and do some more hiking soon. Cheers, everyone.